Hi Kiwi, we are back at Hades 1. We're going to be running the aspect of Achilles on the spear, which lets us use our special, then dash to it, and our next 4 attacks and casts are increased by 75% damage. We're going to run the Athena keepsake, and we are going to be running 4 heat, so I don't need nearly as much on this list. Let's take off Tight Deadline. Oops. Tight Deadline can go, and we'll remove Jury Summons, I think, and that should be fine. So 1 level of Jury Summons, 2 levels of Extreme Measures.
Wretches of the underworld, take heed.
Let's see what we get this run. So, in my original playthrough, the spear was definitely one of my least played weapons.
As I remain committed to my task, Goddess, I'm reminded none of this would have been possible without your aid. And so, I must give thanks, even if through a meager offering.
I know there isn't much that you can do to show your gratitude at present, Zagreus. But I would ask that you save it for when your task is complete. You've more important matters to attend to now.
Alright. Figure I'll start nectaring the gods a bit more.
Here on Olympus is the opposite of everything about that lifeless squalor you reside in, Zagreus. Fight on and come to us.
Alrighty, let's see what we start with. Special or cast? Or we take her dash, because her dash is always just such a good defensive tool. I think I will take the special, though, because we'll be spamming that, and so it'll be good to have some extra damage on it. If she's in the pool now, so we'll see her again, and we can take her dash then if we want.
Witches.
Maybe I go for Ares and try to go for a merciful end build. Aphrodite's attack would be pretty decent since it would just give us a huge attack steroid. I don't know. We'll see where. I have no idea where this run is going to take us. Oh, right. Need to pick up the item after clearing the room. I'm a little frazzled this morning. I'm pretty tired. I have this weird thing with my eyes. I'm not sure if it's dry eye or like the crusties that develop in your eyes overnight get like caught under the lids or whatever. But I woke up with both eyes affected, but just like blinding eye pain. It was awful. And this tends to happen to me like once or twice, once every month or two. And it's not a fun experience. All right, Artemis isn't a terrible option here, but would I rather her over Chaos?
Hit me.
Nah, Chaos is too much fun. You don't know what you're gonna get with Chaos, but sometimes you get some pretty good options.
Master Chaos.
Oh, I should have given him the nectar.
The waters of the Styx may wash away my mark. I can restore it.
All right, let's see. Cast deals 40 damage, Special does 45% damage, or Dash Strike does 43% damage. I think we're kind of pretty strong on our special already, and we're going to be using it a lot. So, 4 encounters, we have a basically halved dash range, but then we get almost 50% increased special damage, which is pretty amazing.
No one's here.
Fortunately, I doubt these fountain chambers count as an encounter, so that doesn't save us anything. But okay, Poseidon or Hammer. We'll take a Hammer because the spear has some pretty strong hammers. If we can find Flurry Strike, we're going to be set for this run. I don't think I've gotten to run it in this playthrough yet, but your Flurry Strike makes you basically just be able to hold the attack button and just endlessly attack. And you can use it on the Achilles Sphere. You can't use it on Aspect of Guan Yu or Hades, because those are so dependent on their part. It gets rid of your ability to charge up this move, the swing of the axe. Or, I guess, the swing of the spear. Let's see. There it is, Flurry Jab. Hold attack to strike rapidly, but you cannot spin attack. But the thing about this is it's extremely strong. Alternatively, Special deals 50% more damage and 50% critical on the return. We're already building into a pretty strong Special build. This would be the best, but we have not gotten Flurry Jab. Let's run it.
Let's see how this goes.
Alright, we're getting Force into Poseidon. I'm not opposed to Poseidon, I just don't know what I want from him necessarily.
You and me.
I guess the one downside to this right now is my lack of dash makes it very hard to use this reliably, but like once their shields are broken, it's very hard for them to actually hit me. And it's going to be really strong.
Anyone else?
With enough build into it.
Uncle Poseidon, this here is for you. Would that my father were as easygoing as yourself.
I guess I should have taken Dash Strike from Chaos. That would have been really good for the Flurry Strike.
Ah, a show of generosity from my most favored nephew. Your gift is mightily appreciated. I'll just go ahead and add it to the pile.
Although I guess it's actually Flurry Jab now that I think about it. Never mind.
It's likely, little Hades, that you currently reside just underneath one of my boundless seas. Normally, you'd have to be submerged to use this power, but you know what? Close enough.
Alright, attack damage, call, or Ocean's Bounty. Honestly, this early on, Ocean's Bounty sounds pretty appealing, because I am trying to save up all these meta progression resources. May as well get some more on this run. go hunting for some good old Titan blood and gems and darkness.
You think you can just walk away from here?
This room would be fun if I had a dash that wasn't halved, but we'll take what we can get, I suppose.
Who's next?
I guess I can use my spear or my spear toss as a dash almost. And I'm not too worried about taking damage here, realistically speaking. I have plenty of damage, or I have plenty of ways of getting that HP back, given the right resources, which I will almost inevitably be given. And like the worst case scenario is I lose a Death Defiance, but you know what? I have Athena in the pool, and she has a bunch of Death Defiance regenerating and boons. So it's still a matter of kind of doesn't actually pose a threat if I die here. I think we're at the point where we don't get any more coin for killing these things, but we did kill a whole bunch of enemies. I wish I gave you a tally of how many things you killed in this process. But, man, the DPS potential of Flurry Jab is pretty substantial.
Peace and
What are you?
quiet.
Oh, more coin. Excellent.
Whatever, let's
We're
try
just going to be
it.
stacking up a whole bunch of money.
If I could take a minute of your time.
I do wonder if the benefit of the Achilles aspect is lost if you miss your attacks. Like, I'll have to pay attention to that. I can test it out after this room is done, since I'm not on a time limit.
Who is going to clean all of this up?
Now, does this actually give me... Okay, it does. I thought Ocean's Bounty might increase the amount. Let's see. All right, so if I do this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay, it does. So if I miss my strikes, I do lose the benefit of the Achilles Spear. But that just means don't miss, right? Which, I mean, have you seen the AoE on this spear? It's pretty hard to miss. Like, they were very generous with the hitboxes on this weapon. I mean, fair, you're running melee. It really feels like the sword has the worst range out of all of them, and I'm starting to find that...
Chaos has evolved.
Okay, we got the Chaos Boon fully upgraded. Excellent, so that's more special damage. We'll take the keys here, honestly. I may want some rerolls on this run, especially with Athena in the pool. There's some potential for some pretty significant buffs, particularly between her dash, her call, and her anything that gives us Merciful End, or if we end up going that route. I don't even know if I'm going to build Ares on this run. He doesn't seem that great on the attack, honestly. He doesn't seem like he would fit very well on the attack because he doesn't make the attack's damage scaled, which would make it even stronger with the... Maybe I go with Poseidon on the attack. No, Poseidon has such a weak modifier. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. No, the attack up is nice. Actually, I have so much coin. Let's take it. Cyclops Jerky, 30% more attack damage. Now, do I want to palm? I can only really palm the special. That doesn't really sound that exciting to me, but I guess the damage is nice, and I don't feel like I really need the HP just yet. We'll be able to, with all the coin we're already getting, I'm sure I'll have more in the shop than we soon enough. Yeah, I guess we'll take this after all. I mean, I'm already in the room as I'm saying that, but you know what I mean. All right, need to remember there's a fish here. I'm kind of fishing for Poseidon's legendary, but not like his normal legendary, his legendary that makes more fish appear. Because, I mean, at this point, it feels like I'm using it anyway. With Ocean, I think Ocean's Bounty unlocks the ability to get it. Let me double check that. I'm not... Let's see. Poseidon. There you are. Yeah. Poseidon's weird in the fact that he has 2 legendaries, but one of them is kind of just a money thing. Or I guess not money, but resource gathering thing. So yeah, fish spawn chance plus 20% as long as they have Ocean's Bounty or one of his other boons that like make you get more resources or gives you resources. All right, 1 fish, please.
What lurks in the river Styx? Right there.
Wasn't expecting it on the
Knucklehead.
first bite, but okay. Let's see, more coin or Dionysus. Is there literally anything from Dionysus I would want here? I mean, I could make an argument for Festive Fog, but not really, honestly. I'm going to skip him. We'll take the coin. I think who I want in this run is going to be Artemis. I can definitely make an argument for Artemis because crits on the attack would be pretty solid, and support fire would be pretty funny, even though its DPS is, again, rather lackluster. Oops. I don't know if mashing or wiggling my control stick when I'm caught by the grapplers actually changes anything for me. Aphrodite would be decent on the attack, and it would give us an easy way to stack status privilege on enemies, because if I get exposed, or get the exposed passive from Athena, then I can pretty reliably get status privilege using weak on the attack from Aphrodite. We are just getting a lot of coin this run. Another palm or a mid shop? I guess I will take... Honestly, I have so much money. Let's go to the shop. I don't strictly need all this money. Oh, okay, never mind. It's the end shop. So another Athena, sure.
Keep me going.
We'll take her dash. And let's see, cast. It would be fun if we could get Hermes' attack speed buff. So let's see if we can get
Any other
that.
boons for me?
We did not. So I guess I'll just take quick recovery because I'm going to be dashing a lot and I'm going to be in melee distance. We'll take the heal here as well.
Hit the spot.
And that's crazy. Even after buying the entire shop out, we still have 400 coins. Can I get a he? Oh. I don't know.
Truer words have not been spoken, mate.
You said it. I don't know. I feel like Charon would be fun at a concert.
If there's anyone in all the underworld who owes you Zagreus, it's your friend Sisyphus. He would be much worse off if not for you.
I respect that.
What, because I've been distracting you from administering lashings like before? I hate to think you prefer to whip with no fear of reprisal whatsoever, Meg.
Dereliction of duty and fear of reprisal are not one and the same. Though you don't seem to be concerned with either one.
Alright, let's pop a cast into her so I get the damage, and then... So basically the way this works is I just need to remember to use my my special in between every 4 hits, and then dash to it. And I really can use my special as a evasion tool here. Because the AoE on the spear is pretty huge. Take out her minions while she's just charging up. That was my fault, I went right into melee range for both of those hits. But, I mean, oh, we can deflect these. Alright. So I understand why Achilles' Spear might be considered a very strong weapon, because we're already just shredding boss HP with it. Alright, Tartarus done in pretty speedy time. That was only 5 minutes, or just barely over 5 minutes.
Well, Father. My
Alright.
keepsakes.
So let's see our options. I don't think Zeus, I don't really want Poseidon on the attack. Aphrodite, I think, is the winner, or Artemis. Between the two... I mean, and Demeter can make an argument, I guess, because things being slowed will just make it even funnier for you to just dash around and damage them. And it applies the slow. We have done a lot of Aphrodite. Why don't we go with Demeter? We never... I mean, look at her keepsake. It's barely been used. It's the least used of all the keepsakes. So yeah, let's take Demeter. Even if she's not the best attack boon, she's better than nothing. And it's her time to shine, right? All right, on to the next floor.
That's enough Tartarus. Good.
Alrighty.
Made it to Asphodel.
Do you have any Overlook commentary, Zagreus?
The bloodless lie in wait out there, I guess.
That they do. All right, I guess we're getting so much coin on this run, so I definitely shouldn't be afraid to take shops, because between Poseidon making us get 55% more coin from every drop, and then just the frequency at which the game is giving them to us, even regardless of that, it's kind of wild. This would be a fun run to have the hammer on the sword that makes you deal more damage based on how much coin you have. I don't think there's anything I really want to sell, but I definitely could sell some things. Alright, where to next? Oh, okay. Wait, oh, that's HP. Darn it. I opened it before I was ready. Before I read it. Oh, well. You know, the Hermes Erebus kind of sounds fun. I'm probably going to get hit, though, so it's probably not worth it. I could play extra safe and try and make it work, but I don't trust myself not to get hit. So I probably just want to go for the Demeter attack here.
Every time.
Then again, Demeter will show up again because we have her keepsake.
Not authorized to go
Oh,
in
never
there.
mind. I don't have enough heat, so it doesn't matter. All right. I had the illusion of choice, but not the reality of it. All right. Let's pop these heads.
Can't stop me.
What are these called? Drakens, I think they called them. In the last episode, I think they put a name to them. I mean, all of these enemies are named in the Codex, and if I really cared, I could look it up. We've got pretty good damage. Oh, I should have nectared her.
Someday you'll gain the surface, Zagreus, and you shall see firsthand what mortal kind has wrought. You'll find it has some commonality with your domain.
Honestly, visiting the surface, we mostly see your influence with all the winter on it. I also like to think that I'm currently standing on lava, and she is keeping me cool, because my goodness, I should be burning alive right now. Alright, let's see. Attack is stronger in chills. Probably the weakest we could have gotten, but we'll take it. 40% damage up is still 40% damage up, and it's going to be slowing things pretty substantially, which will hopefully just make it really easy to deal with them. Wow, 2 fountain chambers in one run.
Anyone there?
We really don't need them, but oh hey, there's Aphrodite to give us the attack boon that we had considered. Oh well. Alright, Witch's Chamber. Watch this witch just get
These
popped.
witches again.
Like, geez, Flurry Jab just, or yeah, it's Flurry Jab, I believe. It just does a ridiculous amount of damage. It would be helpful if these things weren't safe spotting on the lava, though. Just saying. Would be kind of my preference if they weren't safe spotting on the lava. Oh well.
That takes care of it.
You've met Athena, dearest, so you know not all the ladies on Olympus are alike. And I, for one, am grateful to our forebears for that.
I get the sense that they wrote Aphrodite and Athena not quite getting along with each other. Don't really want any of these, but Dying Lament sounds decent. When foes are slain, they damage nearby foes and take and inflict weak. Sure, we'll take that. Oh, and I guess we're getting another Aphrodite, is that right? Yep, oh, okay. Aphrodite's just going to be showing up a bunch. She heard I was considering her, and now she's like, well, why didn't you choose me over this crusty old winter lady? That is one way to describe Demeter, I guess, the crusty old winter lady. I'll have to title a video when I use the aspect of Demeter next, the aspect of the crusty old winter lady. Man, talk about being disrespectful to the gods. Look, I mean, I'm just being silly. Demeter, if you're listening out there, know that I love you. You actually have some of my favorite boons between Rare Crop. Honestly, your chilled effect. Like, I know you don't have the highest damage modifiers in this game, but you do shred. You do make things a lot easier when they're slowed to
My
oblivion.
lady Aphrodite, if not for our acquaintance, I'm certain that my days or nights would be much drearier indeed.
I don't know why I'm talking to Demeter like she is a person watching some random YouTuber's videos.
Why, dearest, such a wonderfully thoughtful gift for me. I love it, and I would be lying if I said you shouldn't have.
Let us see what we get now.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Alright, cast. 10% damage reduction really doesn't do much for me, so I'll just take her revenge boon.
Can't do that.
And the shop has a heal. None of this really appeals to me. And I'm not going to reroll for anything. I don't think there's anything I want that bad. Attack up is always good. Eurydice, on the other hand, if we can get an upgrade to the attack, would be amazing.
Guess I get a break.
Hey,
Hey,
you look like you're in a rush, though there's always time for a quick snack, right?
there is always time for a quick snack. Let's see. What can I run the risk of getting? Attack, special, and dash. Can this affect... I guess it can affect Ocean's Bounty. Halting Flourish. That's a Chaos boon, so that can't be affected. I think I have too many boons to make Ambrosia Delight really reliably work. Why don't we just take Refreshing Nectar and see what higher rarity boons we can come across?
Good choice.
Alright, we're going straight to a
Your
shop.
Majesty.
Let's see. This should be the end shop, I think. We're making really good time through Asphodel. Yeah, it is. Okay, so, I'll take a palm and put it on the attack.
Just what I need.
Oh, that's 16% more damage. And then let's get the random boon
Ahoy,
here.
my nephew, it is I.
Ahai. Ahoy, ahai. It's cast I don't really care about. I guess I could take his call. I'll take his call, yeah. That'll put us in line for some duos, at least.
Next island.
Oops, sorry, I punched the mic there. So that gives us Athena, Demeter, Aphrodite, and Poseidon as our 4 gods for the run. Okay.
You missed me, Lenny, and I missed you too.
I guess I'll have to take Aphrodite's cast because I don't really have any other options. Which isn't necessarily bad, it's just I don't really like the cast because its range is just severely lacking. It can be hard to use reliably because of how low its range is basically what I'm trying to get at. Man, Flurry Jab's damage is just silly. Like, a lot of people regard it as probably the best weapon, or the best hammer upgrade on the aspect of Achilles and, what is it called? And Zagreus. And I can understand why. Because it pumps out damage really fast. How am I getting status privilege? Like, what do I have that's giving me status privilege? Got chill. Oh, it was because I got hit, I guess. They must have gotten weakened. We just need to get exposed. Or not... That could be taken out of context, I suppose. What is it? Getting exposed on the internet nowadays is a bad thing. Alright, I took a lot of damage, but here's the thing about it. I don't care. Because... I mean, I'm going to heal up more than I'm going to take here. And I could have used my call at any time to just kill it without taking damage while skirting the lava. I mean, melee builds will always run the issue... Or let me rephrase that. Melee builds that focus on dashing to deal their damage will always suffer in the Lerny fight, the Extreme Measures Lerny fight. Because you're kind of just having to glide over that lava, or just play it safe, which you can't always do with Tight Deadline running in the background. I think we're going to just pick a keepsake that needs some leveling. Let's take the Chthonic Coin Purse. May as well top that off. It's almost fully leveled anyway. And then... Store HP... No. You know what? I'll take that fishing point. I bought the Skeletal Lure. Ensure a fishing point will spawn wherever possible, which should spawn in the next room, because I believe you can get a fishing point in there. I don't want to sell anything. I could sell the Revenge Moons, because I'm not terribly trying to use them. And that extra coin would be nice, but I really... It's not like I'm hurting for extra coin, let's be honest. I'm at 8... What was I at? 800 coin right now? Yeah, I'm at 800 coin.
Pleasant temperature.
Alright, one more fish for Jeff, please. I'll just have to remember to use my rerolls on this floor because I have them. I went to that chamber that gave keys, after all. I should use them. I'll see if we get a Hermes, for example. I'll try and... Alright, it should be instant now. It was a little slow. Still caught it, nice.
A beautiful sea mare.
The beautiful sea mare. Alright, so we can't get that Hermes, but that's fine. So that means there's probably going to be...
Asterius and Theseus are probably expecting me.
Coin, Palm, Centaur, Heart, or Daedalus Hammer here. Alright, that's expected. I don't think it would hurt to get a little bit more HP, or I could go for another Palm on the attack just for... Things start to really fall off after level 3, and we're already at level 2. Let's take the HP, honestly. I want a little bit more survivability. Not that I feel like I need it terribly, but it doesn't hurt to be a little more secure than I currently am. I do need to learn how to better position with the spear, because I'm dashing into enemies and it's putting me out of range of them. Or it's putting me with my back to them, which isn't ideal. There's probably a better way to, like, manage my DPS with the spear. I would say the Achilles Spear is probably the strongest aspect weapon for a melee build, outside of the gauntlets maybe, if you gimmick with Lambent Plume.
Again, you're tampering.
But it's almost impossible to get the Lambent Plume stacked up on higher heats, because if you have Jury Summons active, I mean, what are you going to do? The enemies are going to be spawning in endlessly and extending the duration of the rooms. I don't think the Lambent Plume doesn't really account for the number of enemies you have to fight, so unfortunately it's kind of wasted on the higher heats, and it's completely irrelevant almost.
That's quite enough.
But at lower heats, it can make for quite the funny gimmick build, where you can get nearly 100% evasion. Alright, Coiner, I'll take another HP here, and then I think we won't need any more HP after that.
Stand down or suffer.
Yeah, this is the fun thing about the using a Demeter boon, though, on like a rapid-fire attack method, is just enemies become too slow to be able to handle you anymore. So I can very comfortably just DPS these guys, knowing that I'm relatively safe in the comfort of my own home. I don't know. Does this technically count as Zagreus' home because it's part of the underworld? He is the prince of the underworld, so by that metric, should not all areas of the underworld be his domain, technically?
Obstinate about every detail, always so unyielding to your doom.
I try my best to get within range of hearing what he says, but I know it's still pretty quiet.
Must say that's an impressive spear you've got there, stranger. Rather like the one Achilles held. He gave it to you then, followed him beyond the grave, only to be handed off.
Oh, he's feeling a little bit, he's got some stuff to work through on that one, it sounds like.
It's a bit more complicated than that, sir, though yes, this is the very same as he once wielded. I'm honored to carry it now.
I'll bet. Perhaps you'll even come to surpass the body count Achilles piled up with it back in his day, seeing as you seem to have limitless opportunity to use it.
I mean, we were at 20k kills a while ago. We might be at 30k by now. Alright, I don't really need replenishment of HP or life, so 60% more attack damage. Let's do this.
Thank you, sir.
That's going to be fun on this weapon. Alright, Palm or Coin? I think this time I'll take the palm. We'll try and get one more level on the attack. Not a bad idea to get it on Poseidon's Call as well, because that'll just increase its DPS pretty substantially, but honestly, if I'm looking at relative DPS, it's more effective to just sit and wail on something with my attack and special than it is to, what was I going to say? It's more efficient to, the DPS is much better if I just sit there and attack things than try to, like, wail on them with Poseidon's Call. Because, get it, whale, because he's the god of the ocean. I did that on purpose, I swear. No, anyway. Bad jokes notwithstanding. Poseidon's Call is great. It does a huge burst of damage, but you have to reposition every time to get it to hit again, because you're constantly sliding forward. And what that means for you is it's hard to always reliably use its damage output. That wall was just like, nope, no poke in the chariot.
Delicious.
All right, we did not get an upgrade on the attack. Honestly, I have the rerolls, but I feel like it's a waste to use them, so let's just... I'm gonna reroll. Give me the attack.
Different set of choices.
There we go. All right, another 11% damage, pretty solid. And there's our hammer. I'll take the hammer over Demeter because I'm not guaranteed to see another hammer, and we're getting close to the end of Elysium, so better that I take the resources that are more potentially game-changing first. I definitely want more to do with Demeter. I suspect there are several duo boons of hers that we haven't seen yet, potentially. But maybe not. Let's see. We've got Ice Wine. We've got an heal if you're on your last life. So that's... I think there are 8 gods altogether that we can get core boons from that also can duo with each other. It would be fun if they could duo with Chaos, but they like have no interaction with Chaos, and I think it's pretty clear that Chaos wants no interaction with them. Could you imagine chaotic duo boons? Someone probably has done that in a mod. I would assume. I would imagine. Maybe not. I mean, what would they even look like? How would you mix the embodiment of an Olympian with the embodiment of chaos? Alright, we'll just kill this guy off. We'll overkill with this Poseidon boon. Or with this Poseidon Call. Yeah, see, like, I could definitely have killed this guy faster if I had just used my attack and special. Let's see. Dash Strike hits 3 times, but your dash has 25% less range. Special does more damage to armor. Your special does 50... I don't know. We have not had serrated point before. I think I'm going to take this, but this sounds awful, having reduced dash range. Even 50% was really rough, but we'll do it.
There, that's it.
Okay. Like, I feel like this is going to be a net loss for us, but let's see where it takes us. Mysterious, yes.
It's you. You're strong, short one, but I'm just as obstinate as you.
I guess the most important thing to consider is, does this hammer make us hit twice or hit 3 times with our dash? And I think it does, actually. So what I really need right now is a Hermes boon that gives me more dashes. So if we see Hermes, that's where all our rerolls are probably going. But our DPS is pretty substantial here. And there's that's the thing about taking the... This is why the Demeter attack feels so good, is because I don't care about this reduced dash range. He hasn't been able to touch me because I've been able to...
Fight on.
He's so slow that I can very easily dodge his attacks. Oh, Asterius. The poor guy. He's so slow. All right, that's the first time he's hit us, and I can use Poseidon's Call as kind of a defensive tool for myself as well.
No, not enough.
All right, you know what? That hammer definitely feels like a nerf to our survivability. But we have so many things that are going to carry us in terms of survivability that it doesn't really matter that much. All right, Demeter, here's the nectar I promised.
May this small offering bring you some joy there on Olympus, Lady Demeter. Thank you for all your help.
A conscientious gift, my little sprout, and I am grateful for your generosity. A bit of nectar cut straight through the cold, I say.
I still see the nectar as mango juice.
I accept this message.
All right, let's see. For cast, Ravenous Will, or... Oh, I want this. Killing Freeze. When all foes are chill afflicted, they are 15% slower and decay, taking 30 damage every 0.5 seconds. That's a pretty sizable amount of damage, and it slows them even further, which is pretty hilarious considering about how much slowdown we've already stacked on them with just wailing on them with the attack. I do still have a pretty strong negative opinion of the Shielders, just because, like, it is hard to reliably backstab enemies in this game, I find. Especially, more so when these guys have their attack speed steroid with forced overtime, they just become very difficult to reliably deal with. still dealable. It still certainly can be dealt with, but they are not fun, and I'm very prone to taking damage on them. I don't know why I chose to use the Poseidon Call there, but I did. Take out these shield casters first. Or barrier. I forget what they're called. They're not Void Stones, are they? Maybe they are. I don't think they are, though. Whatever they're called, they're annoying. So I'm going to call them Annoying Stones. Nah, that's lame. One day I'll actually research all the character or enemy names and call them correctly. What have we got here? Sure, I'll instantly gain 12 gems. Do I really need any HP? Do I really need any increased damage to armor? Not really. Oh, and there's good old Hermes showing up. Hopefully we get more dodges. Imagine if we got like a an epic level extra dodges. We could get 3 extra dodges in total at most from Hermes, which would be insane for us. Unlikely to happen, but could you imagine? I'm just gonna make this my like nope zone. If you come near the nope zone, you get nope. You're in my nope zone. Oh well, I also got noped, I guess.
Hermes, my friend. May I call you my friend? I hope this modest offering will lift your spirits but won't slow you down.
I look like I got the sort of time to sit next to Cuz. Well, guess what? I do. So cheers.
You didn't confirm nor deny whether we are friends.
Hey, so I kind of placed a bet with the old boatman, my associate that is, that you could beat him in a fight twice in a row. No pressure or anything, but just in case you prove me right one of these days, I would appreciate it, Cuz.
Alright, I guess that's a fated prophecy, isn't it? Oh, your attack is faster. I mean, that's not a more dash. Oh, like all of these look really tempting. Well, obviously not Flurry Cast, but Swift Strike will up our DPS a fair bit. You know what? I'm safe enough.
The haste of Hermes.
I'm sure I won't regret this at all. And we will take the shop again because there are some boons we could definitely win. Okay, it's a rando boon, but we'll take it.
Lovely to see you.
I disagree, but if you say so. We'll just take cast. Now we can at least get our duo with someone maybe. Not that it really matters on this build. We'll buy the darkness as well. I'm going to skip the palm. All right, on to the heroes.
No matter how you try, you cannot shake the bond we share, monster.
I mean, I proved that I can. It happened not too long ago. He hit me out of my spear toss, otherwise I probably would have been able to reflect Theseus's attack. I mean, if they're going to stand together like this, I can pretty easily DPS both of them.
The aberration of the cloud. No.
I think they were trying to use their little team attack, but he, I phased Asterius before he could, and man, look at how slow this bull is. Alright, we've got the greater call, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this. 420 damage each hit, pretty solid. I guess I had status privilege going, because now I'm only doing 300, but I mean, there goes Asterius.
Damn you, fiend!
You and me, king.
A solid hit.
All right, there's Theseus's phase. So you know what? I should use Athena as I'm doing the A name mix-ups again. Aphrodite's cast on him so that he gets weakened, and I can reliably get status privilege. I'm gonna use this defensively because I didn't think I was gonna get out of it otherwise. There we go. All right, so this proves that maybe it's a little sketchier without the dash range.
Thanks for believing in me, my good shade.
I guess one thing that really carries this build that I didn't think about till just now is the fact that we have Athena's dash, which gives us more iframes.
You won't get through me quite that easily.
And we did get the last level of Chthonic Coin Purse, which is awesome. Oh, I didn't realize we fully bonded with Charon. I forgot about that. Honestly, Bone Hourglass could be pretty good on Styx, because if I get an attack up, that would be pretty huge for us. Yeah. Let's take Chthonic, let's take Bone Hourglass. Anything I want to sell here? Not really. I mean, I could definitely sell Dying Lament. I don't think I'm going to be really benefiting from it, especially come the final boss. But Will this increase? I know right now we have a cap of 1 with Mort. I don't know if this will actually... Let's try it. Okay, cool. We have 2 uses of Mort. So I have to remember to use Mort because, like, even if I can't, what's the word? Mort drops, like, HP, but more importantly, Coin and Darkness. I guess I will sell Dying Lament. When foes are slain, they damage nearby foes and inflict weak. I'm not going to really be benefiting from that too much outside of the chambers, but when it comes to the Hades fight, it doesn't really matter, so that'll hopefully put me a little bit closer to being able to afford some sort of good boon. But obviously, we're going for Titan Blood first and foremost, and then whatever comes after that is just icing on the cake. But I think in terms of DPS, we have our build. We're basically full build. There's no duo boon here that I can imagine really, like, that we're in line for that could really make us pop off, but maybe I'm mistaken about that. All right, Aphrodite, Poseidon. Oh, we're getting a diamond this run. That's less exciting. All right, whatever. I did hear a fish. I'm pretty sure I heard a fish. It must be down here. There it is. So I have 2 chances at duo boons between Poseidon and Aphrodite. Okay, not that I'm really fishing for them, but I'll buy them if they're offered. All right, and got it.
I got a stone wall.
Very excited about that. Ugh, this lack of dash is pretty rough, especially... Maybe I should have bought that move speed up. All right, why don't we start with the Athena boon that's offered here. I'm not looking for any duos with her. I'm looking for her increased Death Defiance boons. Because, again, it doesn't hurt to be a little bit extra cautious when I've nerfed one of my biggest defensive tools in terms of the dash.
Not now.
And I only really need 300 gold to be able to afford the other 2 boons in the shop. I'm not going to buy the anvil because I have 2 boons that I think are really strong for my build. Or 2 hammers already that are really strong for my build, so I don't really want to give them up. And yeah, if I use... it really seems like my special is my dash right now, because I do think I have some degree of invulnerability using it. Maybe I'm mistaken about that, but I'm not sure. I appreciate that there is a sound effect to make it clear when you are having status privilege on enemies. It's that little kind of like... I don't know how to explain it. It sounds like a scraping sound to me. Anyway, I think I heard him charging up his little what is it? His little blowpipe of poisonous nonsense. So I'm using Poseidon. I'm using Poseidon pretty defensively here, but it's working pretty well. Right, let's get this poison out of my system. I dashed right. I guess I can't really dash through the poison very effectively like I usually do when I don't really have much of a dash. Imagine if you had this kind of debuff on Gilgamesh, the only aspect we haven't unlocked, actually. But it's the... Oh, there it is. Okay, now we can really reliably get status privilege. I think I'll take this, yeah. So now my attack should apply exposed, my special should apply exposed, my attack should apply... apply chilled, and between the two, we should have a pretty reliable...
Thank you, mate.
The thing to know about this family, dearest, is that each of us, we have our little quirks. Although we always stick together, and our love for one another perseveres.
All right, who is she talking about? Let's see. Poseidon?
Oh,
yeah.
What do we have here, little Hades? Seems to me that you have company. Well, I'll just leave the 2 of you alone. My lips are sealed tighter than a warship hull.
Oh, feel free to stay, Poseidon. I was just explaining what an idiot you are, though you're able to articulate this best. Anyway, dearest, what was I on about?
I love the passive-aggressive disdain. It may be less passive in this instance, but I love the disdain that the Olympians share for one another at times. It's pretty funny. Oh. Okay. Huh. I'm not really using my cast, so that's useless for me. Sweet nectar, though. We're about to be offered a couple palms, so I guess I'll take that. Not that exciting. But... yeah, if I go for the coin chamber, I can probably afford something. So we'll do the coin next. I might honestly take that over Poseidon because, actually, well, I guess the question is a matter of what do I stand to gain if I get a palm? Getting a couple more levels on the attack might be like another 10% damage, which isn't bad, but it's nothing to sniff at. Or nothing to get super excited about, I guess. thought I grabbed that, but it is very hard not to step on the poison when I don't have a dash. I barely have a dash. I mean, Wave of Despair is pretty decent for making me more able to get status privilege. So yeah, I'll hold on to that. I'm getting hit often enough that it'll apply pretty regularly. Oh, perfect, a Well of Charon. Hopefully we get something juicy from this. I might just buy out the whole thing if I'm... Oh, wait, I don't have much coin. Alright, guys, give me, like, 2 more coin, please. Unlucky. Well, for what it's worth, none of these would have been things I wanted to purchase anyway. So I guess everything is fine. Feels kind of lame, but everything is fine. Honestly, I really don't have to worry about getting status privilege. I probably should have sold that. That's the whole reason I took the,
And father thinks my chambers are a mess.
Get this as slow as possible. Oh, you know what? Here's a good chance to use Mort.
Happy to help.
I think he missed. Oh well. I'm just gonna use Poseidon to actually push him out of a place that's hard to hit him in. And there we go. Some nice coin, darkness, HP, and Aphrodite.
In the name of Hades.
Parting shot again. She really wants to give us this duo, and I'm just not here for it. It's like whatever for me. Special deals more damage and inflicts weak. That, on the other hand, I could be interested in. So that's a pretty sizable damage steroid compared to what we have on Divine Flourish currently. But I already have a good way of getting weak but using the cast, so... And it's not really where my damage is coming from. If I had been offered... Nah, I don't know. I guess, I'll take it. It's more damage.
Athena won't mind.
Because either way, I'm applying a debuff using the special now. It was either going to be exposed or it was going to be...
Here goes.
Or now it's weak. Not a big difference in terms of that. And honestly, between the two, I'm not really trying to go out of my way to position for back attacks, so weak might be better just for survivability when I don't have a dash. Like I was saying, I basically have all of the good defensive tools, aside from maybe like the damage reduction boons that Athena and I think it's mostly Athena and Aphrodite can offer. And do I strictly need those? Probably not. In hindsight, I may not end up actually buying those palms of power from the shop over the Poseidon boon. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sold on it because there is minimal to be gained from getting more of them. Or getting more levels on my current main sources of DPS. Oh, I guess I'll have to make the decision in the moment. We're not having a lucky sticks, that's for sure. We're getting kind of, let's see if it's going to be a 5-chamber sticks or a 4-chamber sticks, but we're getting one of those, which are pretty bad RNG. It's a 1 in 20 chance each time to find where you're looking for. Alright, let's see. Oh, so I guess kind of like a random story I can tell while I'm working on killing all these vermin and such. Kiwi and I have started playing Pokemon Let's Go together, and I often play mainline Pokemon games, if you call this a mainline Pokemon game, with Nuzlocke rules, or some kind of spin on Nuzlocke. I like to be able to still catch Pokemon, so I have a Nuzlocke where that's still allowed, and certainly with Pokemon Let's Go, that's kind of necessary, isn't it? I cannot afford both of these, so I think what I'll do is I'll take Poseidon first.
Spend it all in one place.
Don't want his attack. Rupture is okay, but it's only on the call. Let's reroll and see what we get.
What else is there?
Sure, I'll take these resources.
Yum. Surprise me, Daedalus.
Oh no. Oh no.
What else you got, Charon?
Oh no, I accidentally bought the Anvil Kiwi. Alright, what do we get? Charging your spin attack makes you sturdy and pulse damage. Your attack has more range and deals 40% damage to distant foes. Well, at least that's good. But it looks like... Oh no, so I still have triple jab, but I lost flurry jab, which was like the core of our DPS. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, and we're not getting our palms of power now because I can't afford them anymore. Wow, that couldn't have gone any worse. And now, oh, that completely changes the playstyle because I can't hold X and just like dash now. I start charging my axe swing otherwise. Oh my goodness, that boon is useless. Like, the 40 damage is nothing compared to what we had before. I guess it's basically, it still works because I have triple dash or triples, whatever the triple on the the triple attack on the dash is. But oh, that's a huge loss on our front. I was betrayed by Poseidon's grace as always. Oh well. Anyway, so we're playing Let's Go Eevee, which I mean, those games are just baby easy, so nuzlocking them is kind of hard because you're barely at threat of ever losing a Pokemon. But one thing that I am enjoying is I always have fun nicknaming Pokemon, and it's been fun kind of just like coming up with nicknames with Kiwi as we play through the levels, and that's really what I want to talk about. We've had some fun nicknames come about. For some reason you came over.
Could check the other passive before I go.
You came up with the nickname for our Beedrill as Overcomb, which I don't understand. Not that I can judge. I mean, my nicknames are nonsense.
Cerberus moves for no one, but for Satasax, he can make an exception.
Like I have Benny Choo Choo. What is it? Benny Chum Choo, who is a. I think it was a Rattata. And we have, our Eevee's name is Jared. Jared Thod. Thod standing for the Harbinger of Death. Which was really funny in the context of, oh, it looks like Jared wants to battle. Yeah, Jared the Harbinger of Death does want to fight.
Would that you cleaned your chambers with the same devotion you show getting to these heights.
Yeah, if I had the motivation to clean my living spaces the same way I have for like all the other things that I'm passionate about, that would be cool. I agree, Hades. All right, we'll just do this. Oh,
That's on yourself.
It looks like as long as I kind of mash dash, I'm fine. Oh right, I should use Morty.
Beg pardon, Master Hades, sir. Who else shall you drag into this?
Meg one day, honestly.
To think you're so receptive to this form of discipline.
Meg is one of the best.
Discipline, is that what we're calling it?
Silence.
What are they? Chthonic companions. Meg is one of the best chthonic companions. At least a lot of speedrunners use her because she can effectively one-shot most mini bosses, which makes her, or at least remove their armor, which makes them inherently much easier to deal with either way. I'm still not worried about our DPS. Our DPS is still pretty solid, even though we did have that catastrophic failure.
Useless.
I'm gonna use this because I am getting a little swarmed here. Both the chariot and I were just spinning around each other there. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna use this defensively and take out that. There we go. Yeah, so Athena's dash is no joke one of the best dashes in the game, especially if you're running anything where you're at risk of getting damaged reliably, like a higher heat run.
Got you.
That does it.
But at the very least, I can use Poseidon defensively. I kind of want to save him up for the final phase if I can. But it may be better to just defensively use him like that. Like, that saved me from taking a bunch of damage from both the pots and the swing, because I got clipped by the pot, I suppose. He's so slow, it took him forever to charge up that laser. Right, onto his next phase. Yeah, I would say, honestly, like, the dash reduction is really risky. Like, I would not recommend it on a high heat run. But on a lower heat, where you're not really at risk of dying... Here. Well, this will time itself out pretty well for us.
Yes, my dear family being of such help.
Just hit him with those constant 420s until they devolve into 300s. Can we not stand in the laser? I'm not sure why I got pushed out there. Like, there we go. Oh well, we lost one Death Defiance because I just decided to face tank all of his lasers, but that's not a big deal.
Olympus gave you quite the edge against me then.
I mean...
Blast.
I'm inclined to argue that it was more Daedalus than anyone else. Although, he almost took that away from us, too.
In the name of Hades.
Alright, Aspect of Achilles. Sweet Nectar did nothing. We didn't really benefit from that at all. Flaring Spin also completely irrelevant. Don't even, like, humor that. What benefited us was this, that, Athena's Dash, of course. Sure, I'll take a... no, let's get rid of Extending Jab and put on... Where is it? No, it's in here. Do I already have it on here? I don't. Where is it? Triple Thrust. Am I blind? It's a rated point. There it is. Okay. It's a rated point. Yeah, that one. Okay. There we go. And another win and another Titan blood.
Even stronger now.
And that they can.
The often dying prince, having achieved his purpose, then reflects upon his life and deeds, remembering his many past demises with such vivid clarity that this occurs.
Oh, damn it!
But what is this? That has like a concerning connotation of remembering past mistakes and then finding yourself dead after the fact. I'm going to assume they're not implying that, but it could be read that way.
Get out even faster.
Mr. Hypnos, I wanted to check in with you again regarding the procession line that's right in front of you, right over there. It's moving pretty slow.
I know. Those shades, they just go on and on and on and on forever, blathering about this or that. I mean, Lord Hades, it's a wonder he can stand it, listening to them every day or night.
Well, it's just, I think you were supposed to keep things moving, so if they're taking too long, I guess maybe you could say something, or any bright ideas?
No.
It's a toughie, Dusa, because I think it's important that the shades who wait their turn, why, that they get a chance to say their piece. But it's a real tricky situation you bring up, so let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I am going to sleep on it, and then get back to you.
Okay, well, if you don't, though, I'll check in with you again later, I guess, because I'm under orders, so, bye.
Poor Dusa. She's an inherently passive person fighting against the most passive person.
Goodbye.
I love Hypnos. He will sleep on every task.
The fallen warrior in Elysium we spoke of. He seems like a good man, though. Was he always the despondent sort?
No, lad. I was that sort, I think, but he was not. He was one of the only men I knew who did not look upon me as a threat. He saw something in me I never knew was there, and in turn, with him, I felt, how to describe it, calm, whole.
Huh. I'm restless all the time. I can only imagine.
He had this wry humor about him, like he was wise beyond his years. A quality I trust shall see him through his struggles now. Although, I hoped residing in Elysium would mean he wouldn't have to struggle any longer.
He shouldn't, sir. And neither should you.
It really is one of those examples of how, like, you can have everything that someone could possibly want, and sometimes that's just not what you want.
Doubtless I shall get you for that one next time.
Well then.
Doubtless, for sure.
Mother, you'll forgive my asking, but your mother used to call you by a different name, didn't she?
Don't remind me. Imagine if I called you Zaggy Poo from when you were born to this very moment. That's how that name felt to me. I much preferred the name my father gave to me.
Your mortal father, right? So he called you Persephone. What was he like?
He was kind to me, and funny. Little bringer of destruction I was to him. I liked that. He was right, I was a terror. But then he passed. I was very little still. My mother never spoke of him again.
Interesting.
Demeter mentioned him a bit to me. She seems... I don't know, but I don't sense that she regrets the relationship or anything. Just sad about the outcome, I think.
That makes sense. Those sorts of relationships can mean the world, but when you lose them, it hurts. It hurts so much.
I suppose I can see that. I thought I might end up like Father. Growing old, wasting away. Then the time flew by, and I realized I was closer to Mother's side. Mortals certainly don't have it easy. But their limited days, it means they live their lives to the fullest, I think.
At least we've some of that in us.
Indeed, my son.
I like their conversations. The writing in this game is just so darn good.
You know, after dying in some wretched manner, giving pets to my good boy sure helps me get back on my feet. Thanks for being here for me.
The burning embers in the eyes of monstrous Cerberus, notorious Hound of Hell, reveal that he too is amenable to the pets of which the Underworld Prince speaks. and in fact is deeply grateful for the quantity of them.
More head pets is always good. Can we give him a nectar? Yeah, we pet the boy. Yeah. Good job, Zaggy Poo. Pet your beloved house dog. Alright. Okay, yes, we can give it an ambrosia now. Excellent.
That's right, boy. Ambrosia just for you. You're going to love it. Pretty much every creature, living or dead, does.
The 6 eyes of the hideous Hound of Hell go wide at once from having received the exquisite gift of rare Olympian ambrosia. The creature is rather beside himself.
Yay. Lots of pets and treats and goodness for our best friend Cerberus.
I am indebted to you, Zagreus, both for your friendship and embarrassment of generosity.
Embarrassment?
And I, in turn, am indebted to you, Orpheus, for your calm demeanor and ability to accept life's greatest challenges. You inspire me, and I wish you the best.
That's really sweet.
Zagreus, the most amazing circumstances have occurred. The terms of my employment, they've been altered such that I may visit Asphodel sometimes. May visit her.
I forgot that we did that in the last episode. Oh, that's exciting.
That's great. Orpheus, what are you waiting for, mate? Go and find your muse out there. You two have lots to catch up on, I think.
What I like about this interaction is that Zagreus doesn't even tell Orpheus that he was the one who did it. I'm sure Orpheus will find out eventually, but I appreciate that it's not about Zagreus here. It's about Orpheus reuniting with his loved one.
I think you're right. I am so very anxious, I must say. But I must also thank you for this opportunity and for speaking with me all this time. So, how might I repay you?
Teach me how to play an instrument. Teach me how to play an instrument. Come on.
Why is it always talk of payment around here? You're my mate, and your songs have lifted many spirits here, including mine. Now go, and make the most of this, will you?
Okay, that's fair. I mean, in this instance, I was being selfish, yeah, after literally what I just said.
Thank you. I shall.
That wouldn't be in Zagreus' character.
I shall.
Act broken, singers gamble. Alright, Nick seems to be out. No one's in the mother's garden. Let's go check out the lounge. That's what it's called.
Want this fish.
Alright, I used a bunch of nectar on this run, but I can buy a couple
Fair
more.
Trade. Here's the gemstones.
I'll top myself off for 10.
Ambrosia. You know the penalty for attempting to sway an overseer of the House of Hades with foreign contraband, don't you?
I think it's reestablishing our relationship.
I can't entirely say I do, though if it involves lashings and whatnot, I already get more than my share of that, so figured I would take the risk. So what do you say?
I say hand over the damn bottle. I'll see that it's disposed of properly. Now, as for you, you wouldn't know who misplaced something like this, would you? On my authority as overseer, hang on to it. Though if you tell so much as anyone.
What? Wow. I'll cherish her.
We got companion baddie. Alright, the best companion in the game for DPS.
Meg, what's going on with Nyx and Dusa, do you know? I think they've been butting heads a bit lately.
I can't imagine why. Nyx has her under strict orders, yet you keep on stopping by for your little chats. You think she doesn't notice?
What does she care? I talk to everybody around here at least a bit.
It's not my business, Zag. Not even for Dusa, but you watch yourself.
How is this my fault?
You fell in love with a bodiless Gorgon head.
Let's just have a listen.
What have I done to deserve this? Cause of death, overindulgence. I think you overindulged.
Here's the catch of the day. Or night.
Alright, what do we get? Nectar, nectar and gems, okay.
Market value.
I'm happy with that nectar. Alright, I think we just fulfilled a prophecy, so let's take a look at that. The friendly wager, okay, that's the one we just got from Hermes. The son of the god of the dead shall someday overcome the Stygian boatman in two successive battles against him at the urging of the god of swiftness. But most importantly, musician and muse, the son of the god of the dead shall make certain attempts to aid a master musician who once failed to whisk his deceased wife from the underworld, find a way to reunite Orpheus and Eurydice.
Hope Orpheus and Eurydice can be happy again.
I think they will be. Achievement unlocked of the same name. Cool. Oh, Skelly, you got something to say that's new? Sure, but here, have an ambrosia first.
You know, Skelly, I still cannot entirely get over that whole permanently kill you stunt you pulled on me. You had me deeply worried for a while, all for just a laugh.
Yeah, that's right. Not exactly much to do here, in case you hadn't noticed recently. Good thing I'm able to stay occupied with intellectual pursuits.
Definitely
That's
intellectual.
what you call it, then. In any case, I did want to make sure. You sure that you're all right having to stand around like this?
You kidding, pal? This is the life. Imagine getting paid to stand around and being pals with you.
Aw.
Well, great, I guess.
He's a sweet boy. Oh, bond forged. Yeah. Okay, that's another bond forged. There he is. Skelly has his little symbol on his tooth.
Skelly, is it really true you don't want to talk about how you got here? Just curious who you used to be, what you were like, your real name.
Hey, what makes you think this isn't my real name, pal? I'm offended.
Sorry, what I meant was, I was just interested to get to know you better, after all you've done to help. Anything you can share? Trade you for a detail about me.
Ooh, music is getting serious.
Well, all right. I was once a commander of men. Name of Skelemius, captain of the Cretan Second Fleet, sailing on Athens under King Minos. We were unstoppable. But then one day, one wrong turn, and we sailed straight into the waters of Charybdis.
Skelly, that's incredible. So then, you and your crew, you perished at sea?
I'm waiting for this to build into, haha, just kidding, it was all a joke.
Boy, yo, you were something else, you know. All that Skelemius stuff, I could have had you eating out of my hand for days.
Oh, I get it. You got me. Fine then, Skelemius, but I don't appreciate the trick.
Oh, but I do.
Skelly's here for a good time, and he's having it. Alright, looks like we're running the Fist next run.
You are bound to me, and I am your host.
We have yet to find Gilgamesh, and I do not know where to unlock it, so we'll come across it eventually. I suppose we have not really run the aspect of Talos, but, like, it doesn't really do that much more than the aspect of Demeter or Zagreus. But we haven't run a Zagreus build in a while. Why don't we go for the Willamette Plume and just see how much dash we can, or how much dodge chance we can stack up. In fact, why don't we give ourselves a little bit of a more fighting chance and take... Where is it? It's Greater Reflex. Ruthless Reflex. Gain 50% damage and dodge chance for 2 seconds when you dash just before getting hit. I am probably going to be really bad at this. Not having 2 dashes is going to hurt. But I think we can afford to be a little bit greedy with a run like this. We'll just take some easier to deal with heat effects, like... I don't think I care about 2 levels of extreme measures. That is fine. The convenience fee on this one. And, oh, damage control should be easy enough to deal with. At least 1 level is fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, so that'll be what we run. 2 levels of extreme measures, jury summons, level 1 convenience fee. Alright, so that'll be our run next time, Kiwi. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Yeah.